Son Yejin acceptance speech for winning Best Actress. Hyunbin proposed wedding again. What if I told you that the most unforgettable moment of the night did not happen on stage? What if I told you the real story began when the cameras had already started turning away? And what if I told you that the woman standing under the golden lights was moments away from hearing the question that changed her life for the second time? This is the unseen, unfiltered, and deeply emotional truth behind the night Son Yejin won Best Actress. And the moment Hyunbin quietly prepared to propose again. A night that began with applause but ended with a promise. Hold on tight, C-drama family. The world of your favorite celebrities is unfolding before your eyes, and every moment is more breathtaking than the last. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. The night that stopped the room, the auditorium was glowing. A sea of industry legends, directors, critics, and rising stars waited in silence as the final award of the ceremony approached. Best Actress. The category everyone feared. The one every actor dreamed of. The moment that defined careers. Son Yejin sat in the center row, wrapped in a gown that shimmered like liquid silver under the stage lights. Hyunbin sat beside her, hands clasped, lips pressed together in a way that only the most observant fans recognized. It was rare for him to show nerves. But tonight, he was different. Behind the stage, a producer whispered to a colleague. She is about to make history again. And indeed, she was. The envelope opened. The room held its breath. And the announcement struck the hall like a bolt of electricity. The Best Actress award goes to Son Yejin. Her walk to the stage was not just a walk. It was a story. Every step she took carried years of struggle, years of reinvention, years of choices she made when the world doubted her. The cameras zoomed in. The audience rose. Hyunbin watched her with a quiet intensity that only one person in the world could understand. She stood there under the lights, holding her golden trophy, and for a moment, she simply breathed. Then she began her speech. The acceptance speech that sent shivers around Asia. She didn't start with gratitude. She didn't start with her team. She didn't start with the usual rehearsed lines. She started with a confession. A revelation that silenced the entire auditorium. She said, "There was a time I thought I had given everything I could. A time I questioned whether I could still stand here, still bring something meaningful to this world. But someone reminded me that I still had stories to tell. Someone believed in me even when I doubted myself." The camera cut to Hyunbin. His eyes lowered, as if absorbing every word. She continued, "Tonight, receiving this award is not just a victory. It is a reminder. A reminder that I am still learning, still growing, still fighting. And this would not have been possible without the person who told me, quietly, consistently, that I was not done yet." The room leaned forward. Every listener knew exactly who she meant. But Son Yejin did not say his name. Not yet. Instead, she looked up, voice trembling not with fear, but with a deep, overwhelming sincerity. "To the person who has walked with me through my darkest and brightest days, thank you. You know who you are." The hall erupted. The whisper that No microphone caught as she walked back to her seat, holding her award. Hyunbin rose to hug her. But what the cameras didn't catch, what only a few sharp-eyed attendees noticed, was the whisper he leaned in to give her. A whisper that changed everything. He told her, "Tonight is your night. But I hope you let me make one moment mine." She froze. Not visibly. Not obviously. But her breath caught. Her fingers tightened around the trophy. Because she knew exactly what he meant. She had seen the small velvet box hidden inside his jacket earlier. She had pretended not to notice. He was planning to propose again. Why again? Why now, people might ask. Why would Hyunbin propose again when they were already married? But those close to the couple understood. Their first proposal had been quiet. Intimate. Hidden from the world. No grand gesture. No dramatic surprise. Just two souls choosing each other in the silence of their own universe. But this time, Hyunbin wanted something different. This time, he wanted to honor her. To celebrate her. To show her that love, like a great performance, can deepen with time. He did not want another private moment. He wanted a promise made under lights. Not for the cameras. But for the meaning. For the memory. The hidden room backstage. What fans never saw was what happened after the ceremony. Security led the couple to a private lounge, a small place where only award winners and their families were allowed. Son Yejin stepped inside, still radiant from the stage lights. Hyunbin closed the door behind them. And then, without any dramatic flourish, without kneeling yet, he said the words he had been holding the entire night. I want to propose to you again. Not because I doubt our marriage. But because I want you to know that if I had 1,000 chances to choose my life again, I would always choose you. Her eyes welled instantly. She whispered, Hyunbin, you don't need to. But he interrupted her softly. I want to. Not for the world. For us. Then he slowly lowered himself onto one knee. The velvet box appeared. It opened. Inside was a ring far simpler than their first. No excessive jewels. No spotlight. Just a single stone, pure and quiet, reflecting a promise rather than luxury. Will you marry me again? Will you choose this life with me again, not as the actors they see, but as the people we truly are? She covered her mouth. Not with surprise. But with overwhelming emotion. Yes. One word. Barely spoken. But powerful enough to fill the room. The second proposal that the world never saw. Until now the world celebrated Son Yejin's award. The world shared clips of her speech. The world analyzed her emotional words. But no one knew what waited behind the stage. No one knew that while reporters crowded outside, she and Hyunbin were renewing the promise that built everything they held dear. Their careers. Their family. Their bond. This wasn't a proposal. It was a reaffirmation. A vow said quietly in a world too loud. Her final words before they left the building. Before stepping out to meet reporters, Son Yejin looked at Hyunbin and whispered something that only the room heard. Tonight I won because of the roles I played. But I live because of the role I have beside you. He slipped the new ring onto her finger. She held her trophy. And together they walked into the flashing lights of the press, two people united not by fame but by choice. Again. And always. The question every reporter missed as microphones shot forward. Reporters shouted questions about her win, her role, her future projects. But one question lingered in the air without ever being asked. Why did Hyunbin hold her hand so tightly? Why did he walk just half a step behind her, as if guarding her from the storm? Why did her smile look as though she was hiding a truth too precious for the world to handle? Only those who truly knew the couple understood. When Son Yejin accepted her award, she wasn't just speaking as an actress. She was speaking as a woman who had lived, lost, fought, and rebuilt. She was speaking as someone who had been loved so deeply she no longer feared vulnerability. That was the power in her voice. That was the truth behind her trembling words. That was why Hyunbin watched her as if seeing her for the first time again. The car ride that changed the night. As soon as the couple stepped into their black SUV, the doors closed, shutting out the chaos of the flashing cameras. The city lights streaked across the windows like golden brushstrokes. Inside the car, silence fell between them, not cold, not distant, but a silence filled with unspoken emotion. Son Yejin held her award on her lap, fingers gently tracing its edges. Hyunbin watched her from the side. Finally, he broke the silence. Did you mean everything you said up there? She turned her head, surprised he even asked. Every word. Especially the ones no one understood but you. He smiled, a quiet, grateful smile. I meant every word I didn't say, he whispered back. She laughed softly. Then her expression shifted, becoming serious. Hyunbin, why tonight? Why now? He inhaled deeply. Because I realized something. We've celebrated everything with the world. Our shows. Our awards. Our milestones. But the one thing we never truly celebrated was us. Her breath caught. Not because of shock but because she felt the truth of it. They had lived so much life together. Given so much to the world. But tonight, he wanted to give something back to their hearts. The call from Seoul that shifted everything just when the atmosphere turned peaceful. Hyunbin's phone buzzed. He hesitated. Looked at the screen. Then answered. Son Yejin watched him, unable to read his expression at first. But then his face softened. Completely. He handed her the phone. It's your mother. Her eyes widened. She took the phone gently, lifting it to her ear. And on the other end came a voice filled with pride. My daughter. I watched your speech. I saw the way you looked at him. And I know. I know what tonight really meant. Son Yejin closed her eyes. A tear escaped before she could stop it. Her mother continued, you chose well. Both times. The call lasted only seconds but its weight remained with them the entire night. For Son Yejin, it meant acceptance. For Hyunbin, it meant family.